So I've sealed up the underside of the inside of the car with this tar-based membrane, butyl-based membrane, and then I notched my pipe so that my drive shaft would just clear, give me a little more seat room. And then I made this stainless steel panel that goes in the floor, and I'm going to screw it into place, and then I'll caulk it, and then this will get carpeted. So I got the other side of the roll cage welded in. I got it welded right into the side of the pipe, and made a heel point. It's out of stainless steel and a floor panel for the foot, for the brake pedal. And I shortened my brake pedal a little bit so that the ball of my foot sits right on the brake pedal. And I welded this side here solid. So I just got to grind some welds now, and then smooth them out a little bit with some auto body repair material, and I'm going to paint the pipes in here base coat, clear coat silver. So both sides are done. And I did a little bit of polishing on the car. Yeah, well, and it's about time. It took me like 3 weeks because of COVID, but I finally got this this really nice little aluminum switch, and it's a switch that it's like a two-way. You hook vacuum in there, and then you can either pull it out or push it in, and it'll divert vacuum or air pressure from either hole. And that is my headlight switch. That makes my headlights pop out on the front of the car. Then that's going to be the controlling the vacuum to make them either suck the headlights open or suck them closed. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, here's another thing I did recently. I got the front lid in the front here, made an aluminum plate, put it through the bead roll and put a bead on there to give it a little bit of integrity and fasten it into place for now. I'm going to put a kind of like a floor in here that goes around the curve, and then I'm going to put another cap back here. That wire there is to go to the brake light. I got the brake light all sorted out here now, and there's an LED in there, so when you step on the brake lights, this light goes on, and then these two here. So that should be that should be plenty of brake lights. And then the signals are at the top, like I said. So this is my first rendition of a bumper. I got it on stands. I got a chunk of stainless steel pipe, and I did a couple bends on it, heated it with a torch, and bent it. And I'm just going to cap this end. Just going to cap it off, and then just kind of round it a little bit so it's not sharp. And then there's a frame, a K-frame right there. And I'm going to cut a hole in there, and I'm going to put a plate on that, and then I'm going to put a pipe that comes from the middle of this area right here on an angle, and it's going to go down so that this bumper is actually tied into the K-frame. And then right here, where's that plate? Right here in that cover right there, there's a section inside there that was for the support for the little wing on the CF100. There's this wing, and they put a big heavy piece of material in there, a ring. So I'm going to go through that opening right there, and I'm going to come down, and I'm going to tie into the pipe. So it'll be supported right there and right here, and then it's going to come down here And because to mandrel bend this thick pipe, stainless steel, it's gonna be a nightmare. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pie cut this, say every 1/4 inch, and I'm gonna bend it around like that, and it's gonna join up with another piece on this side and go down that way. So that it'll look like that. It'll kind of follow the curve of the car. And that'll be an official bumper on a car in Ontario. So I'm just trying to make it as clean looking as possible so it doesn't look gaudy. And I got this side here basically all worked out. I have brake lights now. These are my brake lights. And I'm going to make these lights here my parking lights. Those would be my running lights. And those there will be my signals. I still have yet to do the signals, but I got this piece made right here. I made myself a really nice license plate bracket. Goes across there, joins those two wings together. And then I made this piece here, the step plate the same as the other side. And then I got this piece right here that I made that fills in this area here. A little bit more fitting and stuff that has to be done. Basically that's how that fits in there like that. Made a template of the other side. So yeah. And there's my headlights right there, headlight switch. This here switch operates the vacuum to open and close them. And then this here is the parking lights, running lights. And if I pull it out one more, that's my headlights. And this light will come on when I have my headlights on. And this here will be when the doors are open. I'm going to put a vacuum switch from actually a gas furnace. There's some micro switches that I'm going to use. They're 120 volts AC, but it'll work for low voltage DC. And as soon as it gets vacuum, it'll turn this light on. And there's a steering wheel that my brother gave me. I think it's from a boat. I kind of like it, but it doesn't sit out far enough. I'm going to have to weld something on the back of it to make it fit. And then it's got a couple little cracks in the plastic. There's a fine crack right there. But that's not a big deal. And it's nice, and it's got the finger grabs on the back side, so it gives you some torque. So I don't know, I might go with that. You know, it's like, I think I'll, fit it, get it so it's functioning properly, and get a horn button mounted on it. And then I think what I'll do is I'll sand it really good, plastic and everything, and epoxy prime it, and paint it base clear silver, so it kind of matches the rest of the car. And then the shifter, now that I have a windshield on it, I mean, I can reach around the windshield to operate the shifter, but it's just not safe out in the open like that. It could be hit, and I guess the worst case scenario, get knocked into low gear. If a bird hit it or something, and you just go woo, and you'd slow down into low gear. But I'm going to move that shifter, and I'm going to make a new plate to fill that hole in. I'm going to move the shifter in onto the top of the pipe right there. And you just operate the shifter between your legs. I mean, it's like there's lots of room there, and it's not like you're going to be impaled on it or anything. So it should be good. And I got all the welding done in the cage now, and the seat's mounted, but I'm thinking maybe I might modify my seat a bit Now that I've got it sitting in place, I've been just fooling around with the idea and making some little foam chunks and stuff, and kind of, you know, making a few little things here and there to kind of see how it feels under my butt when I'm sitting on it. This here could be, you know, kind of rolled in here a little bit, so there's more lower lumbago back support right there. So I might glue a bunch of this foam together and take these pieces off, these aluminum pieces, and refit them in place and maybe bond them on there, and then sit on it and see how it works. And if it works good, then I'm going to put another coat of foam over top of it, and then put another piece of material on that's like this gator skin, fake gator skin in black. Yeah. So I just have the signals to work out, and bumpers, and a seat belt of some kind. Already got the wiper working. I got cooling fans. I got parking lights. I'll have to do 4-ways and make that go in with the signals, with the signal switch. But yeah, it's coming along. Maybe an alignment after I get it all together in alignment. I got this piece here that fits in this hole here. I got that fitting really good now. I put these little strips along here, and they bend right up against it, so it should fit really nice in there. I still have yet to open them up and make them. They're just round holes, and I have to make them flare like this right here. So I got to set them on a pipe and hit them with a ball peen hammer and make them so they flare up like the cheese grater that somebody said, oh, it looks like a cheese grater. Call them dragon scales, but I like them, and nobody else has got them, and they're unique, so I'm going to keep them. Anyways, talk to you later.